Good evening, baseball fans. The Astros got something cooking. Jeremy Pena coming up in a big spot. What is going on, everyone? How you doing? Hello. Jeremy Pena just shot a base hit up the middle. Astros got runners on first and third. How you doing, everyone? Hello. Here comes Thompson. Is this going to be it for Wheeler? Oh, man, we'll have to wait and see. How you doing, everyone? Hello. Happy Saturday. I've decided to come on a little early. Usually I've been going live towards the end of the game. And, yeah, you know, we could have a World Series champion tonight. So I figured I want to watch a good amount of this game. I thought about doing the whole thing, but, I was having some videos to work on a little earlier. I'm trying to pump out a bit of content this coming week, especially with the offseason approaching. Hey, season could be over tonight. Definitely will be over by tomorrow. So got some content about the offseason coming up. I have my top 50 free agents that I'm going to be coming out with. I will be having predictions as well. You all know that you love my predictions. Don't you deny it. I know you don't. But yeah, we got some content, man. So just been working on that tonight. And I thought about going live for the whole thing, but you know what? I'll just wait until now. So hello, everyone. How you doing? Brandon, what's going on, my friend? Bolt, hello. Richard, hello. John, what's going on, my friend? Jacob Toon, Matthew. Oh, Matthew became a member. Matthew, I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for that. If you go to the community tab on the channel, you can find the link for the private Discord. So go check that out. But how we doing, everyone? Let's get to it here. There is a pitching change at the moment. Jose Alvarez is coming on the mound. I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Just going to put on the tunes. Here we go. All right, the tunes are set. All right, here we go. Sharing the screen. All righty. Mr. Chicken, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? I haven't done a lot of game watch-alongs. Last postseason, sorry. I was doing quite a few watch-alongs, especially with my Red Sox in the postseason. The World Series, I was doing watch-alongs. This year I've just been busy, man. Just been busy. Haven't really been able to find the time to do the watch-alongs. Just so tired this year with school and everything, with work. But here we are. Definitely going live for this one tonight. Absolutely. Game 6 tonight. We got a 1-0 Phillies lead at the moment. Kyle Schwarber hitting a bomb. I'm going to refer back to my position preview once again. Everyone was at me in the comments saying, man, how are you going to say Schwarber and Yordan Alvarez is a tie? I mean, can I rest my case any further? I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Yes, Alvarez had the better overall season, of course, but Schwarber in the postseason, he's just been hitting different. Alvarez, he's had his moments, but not really lately. So, Thiorpo is at the game right now. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. I mean, we're with you there in spirit, my friend. We're with you there in spirit. I would love to go to a World Series game. That is a dream of mine one day. Absolutely. How that will end up happening, I have no idea. Hopefully one day I can get to attend a World Series game. So, Thiorpo, my friend, that is fantastic. I mean, good for you, man. That's something you're going to remember for the rest of your life. Good for you, man. I am very jealous of you. Brandon Lux, what's going on? Alvarez is definitely not the guy to bring in with guys on base. He has no clue where the ball is going. Yeah, he had a rough outing last time. The thing with Alvarado, he's got great stuff. Good fastball. But man, he has trouble locating sometimes. That comes back to bite him. And I believe Alvarado has been brought in against Alvarez at one point in this series. I can't fully remember, but I understand the lefty-lefty matchup. But Alvarez this year has just been good against lefties. So I get it. At the end of the day, you do want to take your chances, with a, if you have a lefty guy, yeah, you go lefty-lefty. So I understand it, but I mean, they're showing the stats right on the screen right now. Hitting .321 against lefties this year, 10 homers. Against righties, a slightly higher OPS, more homers, but he still hits lefties. And again, at the end of the day, though, it's still just lefty-lefty. Alvarado, let's see if that velocity, he can get it by Alvarez. Alvarez needs a big spot in this postseason. He has been looking for a moment in this World Series. Can this be the moment? I mean, he's hitting 180 in this postseason. He has a couple of homers. I believe both of those came against the Mariners. I believe. I could be wrong on that. But this could be the big moment that he's been looking for. You would want Alvarez to do something. Oh, that fastball was right near his chinny chin. What's going on? Robert, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? Thanks for coming out tonight. We're just having some fun. We're watching the game. I just realized, where is my ginger ale? My ginger ale is not by me. Oh, no, everyone. I had a ginger ale, and now it's not here, and I am sad. Here we go. Alvarado comes set. Lefty-lefty matchup. Will it pay off for the Phillies? Oh! I called that! I called that! Oh! Woo! Called that! Man! What a bomb! Woo! Oh my! Yordan Alvarez with the biggest home run of his life! And the Astros have a 3-1 lead! Oh my! I was just saying, Alvarez needs a moment in this postseason, man. Needs a moment in this World Series. There it is. It's not over yet, folks. I know this is exciting, but wow. I mean, Thiorpo is at this game right now. Oh my. Wow. Again, the lefty-lefty matchup does not matter with Alvarez. it's at the end of the day, it's Yordan Alvarez. No pitcher is safe. No pitcher is safe. Should he have stuck with Wheeler? Brandon Lux, Rob Thompson, masterclass right there, taking out Wheeler. That was an absolute bomb. Should he have left Wheeler in there? I mean, if we were to go to Wheeler, I mean, we got to go take a look here. With Wheeler, he was at 70 pitches. He was pitching pretty well. I mean, sure, he had a bit of a, a bit of a cough up there. I think he might have pulled him a little quick. I think so. He should have left him in. You got to leave your ace in the game. I understand, it's make or break time for the Phillies, but Wheeler, the way he was going, I get it. It's 1-0. But the lefty-lefty matchup is not going to do anything for Alvarez. Oh, that is just brutal. I think you should have left Wheeler in. I think at that point, you got to just let your top guy just try and work through it. Alvarez just hit an absolute bomb. I can't believe that. William Fulgham says the offseason starts tomorrow. I would not mind that at all, my friend. I would not mind that at all. Everyone, if you can, hit that like button for me. That's going to help this get out there into the algorithm. It'll help it move up the recommended videos of people looking to watch the game with, well, not actually watch the game. I can't show the game. I'll get hit with copyrights. But, yeah, those people that are looking to maybe just watch with some people, talk with some people as they're watching, hit that like button. It'll help it out in the algorithm. So, how are we doing? Brandon Lux, what's going on, my friend? I hate the way he manages. I just don't want to watch relievers in the 5th, 6th inning. You can always take guys out. You can always take guys out, but you can't put them back in. Of course. Absolutely. I think Wheeler should have been left in. That's just my opinion. Sure, maybe he wasn't looking as sharp. Maybe the pressure of Game 7 was kind of getting to him a little bit. Maybe, possibly. Maybe the heat was starting to turn on. Also, everyone, I don't know if we're having some lag right now. Let me, real quick, reset everything. Okay, we're good. We're good. Never mind. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I know Wheeler was not looking amazing right there. If we were to go back to what's just been transpiring here in the 6th, I'll be honest with you. When Marty Maldonado got hit by the pitch, that felt like a bit of a momentum shift in a way. It felt like the energy started coming into the stadium, into the ballpark among the fans. You felt them start to kind of get going a little bit. And then they challenged it, which to me, it's like, I don't know. I didn't agree with that. I'm like, why are you challenging it? It didn't even look like when he got hit, it didn't even look like he really tried to get hit. So I don't know. I don't know if he was challenging the fact that he got hit or if he was challenging that he got hit on purpose or he stuck his elbow out. I don't know. That was just a weird call. Oh, bounces away. Oh, man. Alvarado's just losing this right now. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. But either way, the momentum shifted when Maldonado got hit by the pitch. But another thing that was so key about that is you basically just got a free base runner with the top of the order coming up. That was just huge to me. I'm thinking, man, that's not what you want to do with the number 9 hitter going into the bottom of the 6th after Schwarber hits a home run. Oh, man, that guy is a lucky guy. Has the home run ball. Is that Thiorpo? Thiorpo, is that you? Is that you, my friend? Hope you caught the ball, my friend. But then Altuve. Also, give a lot of credit to Jose Altuve as well. Beating out the ground out, that could have been a double play, and Altuve really dogged that one out. I think that was huge. And I actually think that I remember when I would play in high school, I was not the best player by any means, but when you would see a guy, beat out beat out like a double play or a ground out, it almost gave you some energy, because you kept a base runner alive. It gives you a little energy. So I think the Astros, that was huge because it helped them keep the momentum there. And Jeremy Pena, obviously, this guy's turning into a superstar. This guy, the forgotten rookie. That's what I've been calling him this entire season. The forgotten rookie. Because everyone has their eyes on Julio Rodriguez, Adley Rutschman, and Jeremy Pena has just been an absolute superstar in this postseason. Fantastic. And then obviously you made the pitching change. I think honestly, because you got the out at second, you had an out, and obviously you had the runner on third, but Jeremy Pena was on first, and Wheeler's been throwing a ton of sinkers tonight. I just feel like he was the best guy to try and get a double play. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I think that was the wrong move. Did he jump the gun a little bit? One theme about this postseason that I've really appreciated among these managers is leaving their starters in longer. I've talked about this a couple of times where you've had bullpens really come alive in the last few postseasons, starters being pulled early, these managers really using their bullpens. But this postseason, I've loved that we've seen so many starting pitchers go deeper into games. I love that. Framber Valdez, a perfect example tonight, Ted Harrington, how you doing, my friend? Are the Phillies done? No, they're not done yet. I mean, hey, I know this is a big moment for the Astros right now, but you just had Schwarber go deep. You never know. Maybe these other Philly bats can start to come alive. EDM playlist, would they really give Yordan the MVP? I would think, yeah. No, Yordan won't get the MVP. Obviously, this is a big moment. Huge moment. But no, I think the MVP, I would think Framber Valdez is definitely an option. Jeremy Pena, could he get the ALCS MVP and the World Series MVP? He's been hitting pretty well. I think it's either going to be Jeremy Pena or Yordan Alvarez. Or not Yordan Alvarez, sorry. Framber Valdez. It won't be Yordan Alvarez. I'd go with Framber Valdez because let's see how the rest of this start goes. But I would go with Framber. Pena's been awesome. But to me, Valdez, I feel like, has had a bit more impact. I'm not taking anything away from Pena. It's just Valdez has just kind of felt different. Here comes, is that Thompson? I think Thompson's coming back out. Gaston Roa Lozano. I don't know if I'm saying that right, my friend, but welcome to the channel. Who else we got in here? Joyce Shaw. Check the bats, he says. Houston is stacked with Dominicans. I mean, they got some great players from the Dominican Republic, man. Absolutely agree with you. Steely 21. Yeah, so you were saying earlier he was looking to get hit by the pitch. Rob Thompson. Rob Thompson's here. I'm warming up Sir Anthony. Is he coming in? Who's coming in here? What a moment, man. I'm sitting here. You all hear me talking, saying Yordan Alvarez needs a postseason moment. It's just been weird how quiet he has been. It's like this is such a big time presence in this lineup, and he just hasn't really done anything. I mean, let me pull up Yordan Alvarez here. So he was having himself a pretty good series against the Mariners. Let's go to the division series. So against the Mariners there, had 15 at-bats, hit a couple home runs, 7 RBIs, had an OPS over 1,000. Then you go to the championship series, and wasn't really doing all that much. Had 14 ABs over the 4 games, had a few hits, had an RBI, but he's getting on base. That is one thing about him. He has been getting on base. He just hasn't really been that impact bat. And here we are tonight. What a moment. What a moment. This is huge. Cameron, my friend, how you doing? William, how you doing, my friend? Ready for the offseason to start? Rob, you better drink some coffee for all the streams. William, I'm excited for it. And also, William, I have an announcement coming up eventually. After the game, I have an announcement. I have 2 announcements, actually. I've been waiting to announce one thing for a bit now. I haven't been given the go to announce it, but I finally have. And I'm excited to announce that. And yeah, but speaking of the offseason, I do have something to tell you all. But that will be in the post game. That will be in the post game, whether or not this World Series is over tonight or we go to a Game 7 tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see. But man, what a moment. I'm just sitting here. Crazy. Like, that's nuts, man. It's almost like Yordan Alvarez was just listening to me. He was hearing. Is he listening to the show? Does he have a headphone in? He's thinking, man, Robbie says I need a big moment. All right. I'm going to come up big here. Man. But here we go. Sir Anthony Dominguez is in. 18 strikeouts over 10 1/3 innings this postseason. I don't know, man. I feel like I did not like the Alvarado move. You know, especially with how he looked the other game. I just don't see. I get it. You want to have some faith in your guy. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But Alvarado, if we were to go to the game log for his postseason, I mean, he's pitched a lot in this postseason, but, you know, go back here. What is this game 3? I think this might be game 3 here, but he had a rough outing there. In the next game, he pitched fine, but so that was the last game. So it was 2 games ago where he just didn't look great. Against the first time he pitched against Houston, I believe that's game 1, the 28th. Was that game 1? Yeah, that was game 1. So he was fine there. Against San Diego, he was good. That first game against St. Louis, not good. Gave up the homer. Against Atlanta, whatever. You know, but I know he did redeem himself here in game 5. But, or no, actually, hold on a second. Oh, there's a base hit. Christian Vasquez knocks in a run. My old friend Christian Vasquez comes through. And the Astros have a 4-1 lead. Christian Vasquez, I love you to the moon. Please come back to the Red Sox. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. I miss you dearly every single night. I cry myself to sleep because you're gone. But at least he's producing where it counts. Christian Vasquez making it a 4-1 game. Oh my. Christian Vasquez is saying go to sleep. Oh man, I'm not celebrating right now, Christian. We're not going to sleep just yet. Man. Christian Vasquez. I will always love me some Christian Vasquez, man. Huge. I got to turn up this volume a little bit. I was over here looking at some numbers. And I'm missing some big moments here. But Alvarado, let me actually go to that. Let me go back here to that game 5. Yeah, Alvarado, yeah, he did have a clean inning. So, it was Dominguez that ended up getting charged with that earned run. Let me go to that 8th. I feel like Alvarado had goofed up here. So, it was the 8th. No, he was in the 7th. So, or was he? Okay, Alvarado gave up the double to Gurriel, and then Dominguez bailed him out. So he was in the 6th. There's a ground ball up the middle. Segura has it on the first. Oh, what a play from Hoskins. What a stretch, but the Astros have piled on the runs. A huge moment for Yordan Alvarez. Christian Vasquez knocking in another, and the Astros have a 4-1 lead. And they are now 9 outs away. 9 outs away. But yeah, either way, Alvarado, I just don't think he was the best option. Even going back here to this game. So when did he come in this game? He came in the 6th. Okay, so he got the ground ball to Altuve. Pena struck out. I mean, he got Alvarez on the pop out there. So he had success against Alvarez in the last game. But the game before, he got rocked around a little bit. That was in that no-hitter. Let me go back to that inning with Alvarez. So Alvarez came in, or not, I keep saying Alvarez, sorry. Alvarado, he came in the 5th inning. My potato of a brain cannot remember this far back. Yeah, so he hit Alvarez with a pitch. Bregman, that's when he got the double. Because we had Aaron Nola, because he started that inning. And then Aaron Nola gave up 3 straight hits. Then Alvarado came in for Nola. Hit Alvarez. That's what brought in the run, the first run. And then Bregman with a double. So, I mean, overall, Alvarado has not been good in this series. So, I don't agree with it. I just wouldn't have gone with him, especially when you have all of these other guys who have just been having success. And I get it. I get it. I'm as traditional as they come. I really am. You know, hear me out here. But I'm all about going lefty-lefty, but Alvarez is a completely different case. And actually, let me pull up Alvarez here, and we can actually look at, you know, what he has not done very well against this year when it comes to certain pitches. So let me pull up Alvarez. If you go to Fangraphs, if you go to the different tabs, you can look at pitch value. And you can see here, this year, he has not been great against curveballs and cutters. You know, so if you were to go to these guys in the Philly bullpen, let me pull up here the Phillies. Let's go to the relievers. Let's go to picture value. So the Phillies, when it comes to curveballs, so haven't had a lot of them, I guess. I mean, maybe you could have gone with Robertson in that situation. He has the cutter. He has a curve. So maybe Robertson would have been a bit of a better matchup against Alvarez there. I mean, again, you have Alvarado. But the thing with Alvarado, let me go look at this real quick. He was throwing a ton of sinkers. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe he should have really pounded with his slider a little bit. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think maybe Robertson there would have been good. I mean, Robertson, he's been all right. Hasn't been bad at all. I don't know. I digress. My tabs are completely freezing up on me right now. Here comes Castellanos. Here comes Castellanos. Neris is in for Valdez. Framber Valdez with a heck of an outing today. Castellanos fly ball to right field. Tucker, Altuve, camp under it. Altuve has it, and there's the first out. But let's go break down Framber Valdez's start here tonight. He was at 93 pitches. This was probably the good time to take him out. He was at 93. You know, again, he had just given up the home run to Schwarber, so probably a good time. I feel like that was a pretty, I don't know, it just feels right, you know. This is the good time to go to the bullpen. Your bullpen's been nails, too. He gave you 6 strong. Man, besides the Schwarber home run, Valdez was absolutely fantastic tonight. Looking at the line here, I mean, give up 2 hits. One was the homer, 9 strikeouts. Dude, Valdez's curveball was just out of this world. It's so good. Oh, man, here he is. Brian Abreu warming up. I absolutely love Brian Abreu. This guy has been absolutely nasty this entire postseason. These Phillies right now look like they're just swinging. It almost feels like the life has been sucked out of them. They're just swinging at stuff right now. So they're trying to be aggressive. We got over 100 people in the chat. Thank you for stopping by tonight, everyone. We're just hanging out. I can't show the game, but I can at least talk about it. If anyone is new, think about subscribing. Oh, big swing and a miss. And Bohm is down by the way of the K. All right, I don't get this. Hold on, hear me out here. So Alec Bohm, in the last game in Philly, had like a completely unbuttoned jersey. The wife beater was showing. And here he is tonight, all the buttons all done up. Got a nice long sleeve shirt. I feel like, he's got the turtleneck undershirt there. I feel like that's what he should have been wearing in Philly. I feel like it was, I don't remember the temperature of the game, but I don't know. Ted Harrington, the Phillies look defeated, he says. I'm getting that feeling too. I'm getting that feeling. It feels like they're just kind of hacking right now, and they're just kind of hoping for whatever. Jansen, how you doing, my friend? Have you ever been to either a Phillies or Astros game before? Just curious if you have thoughts on the stadium. So, I have not been to a Phillies home game or an Astros home game, but I have seen the Phillies in San Francisco, and I have seen the Astros at Fenway. So, I've never been to these stadiums, but that is a goal of mine. Just to go to all these stadiums. That's a huge goal of mine. I've gone to, what different stadiums have I gone to? So I've gone to Fenway. I've gone to the old Marlins Stadium. I went to the Coliseum. I've been to Yankee Stadium. I've been to Camden Yards. Where else have I been? I've been to, it was AT&T Park in San Francisco. Now it's Oracle. Here comes the pitch here. Oh, what a nasty changeup. Neris, what a pitch. Oh, man, these Phillies are starting to look a little defeated here. Oh, man. Strike Blitz, was it warm at the Phillies game the other night, or the Phillies-Astros game? Let me go back to that. Or was this one here? What was the game time temperature? Does it tell you? I'll probably tell you in the box score, won't it? Yeah, 59 degrees. Yeah, Alec Bohm, he's got the jersey basically completely unbuttoned with a wife beater underneath. And then here in Houston, I think the dome is closed, right? Did they close the dome? I think. I didn't look. But now he's got a turtleneck underneath. Like, Bohm, what are you doing? Come on, man. I kind of like that look. He's got the nice casual jersey, unbuttoned. 3 buttons unbuttoned. The wife beater underneath. I don't know, man. But yeah, as for that question that I had in the chat, I'm trying to remember. I've been to Wrigley Field, but I haven't been to a game at Wrigley Field. I walked around it, so that is I guess that doesn't really count. Obviously, I've been to Fenway. I've been to Tropicana. I know I'm missing one. I'm missing one right now. I can't remember, but that is a goal of mine. I always like to. I'm not like someone that's traveling all the time, but I like to travel once in a while. 1 or 2 times a year, and so yeah, absolutely. I want to just go to all these different ballparks, man. Absolutely. And for me, being a teacher, having that the summer's off, it's really a good time, to do it. So I got to start doing it more. During the summers, the last couple of summers, I've been just going nuts on the channel. So I did travel to North Carolina this past summer to do the baseball YouTubers versus the Burlington sock puppets. That was pretty fun. So I got to hang out with, guys like Giraffe Nick Mark, Stark Raving Sports. That was a really cool opportunity. And then the previous summer, went up to Boston, went to Fenway Park. That was awesome. So William Fulgham says, next season, I'll take you to a Braves game. Hey, man, I'd be all for it. That's something I would love to do. I would love to go to different stadiums, and if, people want to do like a meetup or something, you know what I mean? We can all somehow coordinate getting tickets to a game or something. I would love that. Man, I would love that. There was actually, last year in the playoffs, I went to Game 2 at Tropicana Field with the Red Sox and the Rays in the division round. And I met up with, or I didn't actually plan on meeting him there, but he ended up being there the same game, was iTalk Studios. And he messaged me. He's like, dude, are you at the game? And I'm like, yeah, I'm at the game. And then we ended up sitting together. So really cool time. Really cool time. I would love to be able to, have down the road. I don't know how the heck I would do it, but like coordinated meetups. Like, hey, I'm going to be going to this game. People that want to, go, let me know, and we can just buy like tickets so that way we can all sit together. So, all right, here we go. Game is back on. We got Zach Eflin coming in. Zach Eflin. Hey, fun fact about Zach Eflin. One of my best friends, his wife, went to high school with Zach Eflin. So, yeah, pretty neat. He actually went to high school right around me. So, Mr. Chicken says this offseason is going to be crazy. Abso-fruitly. Abso-fruitly. Aiden, how you doing, man? After the World Series is over, we will know where Judge goes. I can't wait. I love the offseason. The offseason, you can make an argument that the offseason is just as fun as the regular season. Yeah, I'll say it. I love the rumors. I love all that stuff. I love it, man. Guys signing elsewhere, trades happening. They're both equally fun, but they're fun in their own ways. So, Strike Blitz. Can't believe Arenado didn't opt out. I liked that he opted back in. I feel like he wasn't going to get a lot more money out there. I feel like it would have only hurt him financially. Not like he's ever going to hurt financially, but I feel like, with him, really, how much more money was he really going to make? He opted back in. Now he has that financial security, and he just likes the Cardinals. He likes the franchise. He likes the city. He bought a home out there. I think it was a good move for him overall. What else we got? Brian, how you doing, my friend? Win or lose, I'm still proud of the Phillies. Absolutely. What a run. What a run for the Phillies. It's not over yet. It's definitely not over. This Phillies lineup, they can really start coming out and swinging, man. Absolutely. Homeless, how you doing? Homeless Jesse, how you doing? Rodon moves on to the Cardinals. Giants will probably fast-track Kyle Harrison. I would love to see Kyle Harrison in the next couple of years. Really underrated. William Fulgham, Montero made some real money this postseason. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's one of my top free agents for sure. He's not very high on my top free agents just because he's a reliever at the end of the day. He's a setup man, so he's not going to rank very high, but I think he's going to be one of the better free agents out there. Big strikeout there. Eflin coming in on the hands on Chas McCormick. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. That was Martin Maldonado. But, wait, no. Who just struck out? Is that Maldonado? Oh, no, that wasn't the strike. Okay, what the heck am I watching? All right, we got to pay attention to the game. Yeah, Maldonado, that was key. That was key for that 4-run inning because he was the first one to get on base. Got the hit by pitch. They tried challenging it. The call stood. And that's where that Astros rally started, man. That's where it started. Then Jose Altuve, give him a lot of credit too. Hasn't been hitting incredible this postseason. But he's had some moments. He's had some key moments, and him beating out the throw to first, huge. Absolutely huge. And, yeah, Zhao Pang. Vasquez was pretty important as well. Yeah, man. That was huge. That's a big insurance run. A 3-run lead, sorry, in a postseason game is so much more comforting than a 2-run lead. Even when you look at like a regular season game, if you're down by 3, you're like, all right. Oh, there's a fly ball to the left. Oh, okay, never mind. That's a pop out. It looked deeper off the bat. Looked like he actually just missed the barrel. Here comes Jose Altuve. Also, once again, everyone, the feed on my TV, it is a little behind. So you will see stuff happening on my screen before I've even seen it. I hate that my feed is just behind. I can't stand it. I wish it was more real time. I'll have people in the chat reacting to stuff before I've even seen it. Here we go. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Eflin's come on, and he's done pretty well. Could you have made the argument maybe Eflin could have come in instead of Alvarado? The Alvarado move is just so bad. You know, at the time, like, I guess I understand it because it's the lefty on lefty, but it just wasn't the right move. I would have gone with... I actually probably would not have gone with Dominguez because I wouldn't want to just be throwing just straight fastballs at Alvarez. That's just been his moneymaker, man. Let me go here. Let me go Baseball Savant. Yeah, with Dominguez, he's definitely had a bit of a mix, but he's really gone fastballs in this postseason. He's gotten sinkers as well. But a pitch that Alvarez has not handled very well are curveballs. He has not done very well against them this year. Now, Eflin, I think he has a curveball. So, yeah, that's his second pitch. I would have gone with Eflin or Robertson in that situation. That's just me. Here we go. Bottom of the 7th, 2-2 count. 2 outs here. Jose Altuve looking to make something happen. Oh, Altuve shoots it down the line, and that's in. And he rounds first. Oh, he thought about staying. But it looked like he bobbled it out there in left field, and Altuve jogs on into second, and the Astros have another threat here in the bottom of the 7th. And I think this is what the Astros need to keep doing. They can't let up with how good this Phillies lineup is. When you got all these threats in this lineup, one swing from a few different guys in this Phillies lineup, that could make it a new ball game. I mean, you got guys like Schwarber, Harper. Man, you can instantly change a game with those guys. So, but yeah, Jimmy Snow, 1-3-2. Keep your foot on the gas. Astros, absolutely. Absolutely. Jeremy Pena, here he is, 2 for 3. 2 singles tonight. What a postseason for Jeremy Pena, hitting .350, 4 homers. Man, oh man. Jeremy Pena has been something else, man. There's a good pitch from Eflin on the outside corner, tailed back in. There's strike 1. The toy collector of Seville, how you doing, my friend? Let's go Astros, he says. Adam818 says, I hear trash cans. We got to stop the trash cans. We got to stop that. We got to stop it. Alvarez is on deck. Oof. Pena got fooled on that slider. Well, that was a curveball, actually. That was a curveball. It looked like a freaking slider. My goodness. That was a sharp curveball. Homeless Jesse says, I once met Bryce Harper's brother a few days ago. Harper. Jimmy Snow. Robbie, what made Boston get rid of Kyle? I think it was just more of a... I would probably say it's a few things. They probably just felt like, where is he really going to play? You know, because he already had a bit of a log jam out in the, at the time. In hindsight, yeah, you probably could have just made it work. Oh, Pena swings through the curve, and there's strike 3. The Astros are unable to add to their lead. But here comes Brian Abreu. This guy's been an absolute machine in this postseason, man. Brian Abreu is awesome. Like, I'm raving about this guy. That guy needs to be the closer. They better not try and make him a starter. I mean, a lot of these guys always want to be starters. You're going to get more money that way. And obviously, if you can have him be a successful starting pitcher, then of course he's only going to help your team. But I mean, that much more. But God, his stuff is so nasty coming out of the bullpen. Now, a big problem with Brian Abreu coming up through the minor leagues and even early on when he was called up was the command. But it seems like the bullpen has really helped with that. It seems like he's been able to keep it a little more simple, focus on a couple different pitches, and it seems like it's just a better fit for him. I don't know, man. I think Brian Abreu, that guy needs to be the closer long term. Hey, Edwin Diaz is about to get $100 million. Just saying, man. Relievers are starting to get paid. We got 140 people in the chat. Everyone, if you are new, think about subscribing down below. Speaking of subscribing, we just hit 27,000 subscribers. Little milestone here on the channel. We're trying to get to 30K by 2023. That's going to be a bit of a reach. We got less than a couple of months to do it. I don't know if we're going to get 3,000 subscribers in the next couple of months, but anything's possible. Anything's possible, so think about subscribing down below. Everyone, if you can, hit that like button for me. Hit the bell. Hit the share button. Don't forget, we are partners here with SeatGeek. I know it's pretty much the end of baseball season, but you got basketball, you got football. If you like tennis, I don't know, maybe go find some tennis tickets on there, whatever the heck you want to do. But yeah, use my code HYDE. You get $20 off your first purchase. Also, everyone, Prize Picks. There is still time in this World Series for you to go make yourself a bet on Prize Picks. Go play the over-unders. We got a couple innings here. Who knows? Maybe the Phillies can come back, force a Game 7. But go see if you can win yourself a few bucks. If you use my code GINGER, you'll get a 100% deposit match. Alrighty. Enough of me rambling. Let's get back to it here. So Brian Abreu is coming up. A 1.94 ERA this year for Abreu. A 0.00 ERA this postseason. We got Matt Vierling coming up. I think Matt Vierling, he's done nothing. He had the walk. Pretty much it. I don't know, man. The key here for the Phillies, this bottom of the order has to do something. You got to get Vierling and Sosa on base. And then you got Schwarber and Hoskins and Real Muto up after him. I think this is a big key. I think this is going to be huge here for the Phillies. Because right now, you're in the 8th. I know you will have Schwarber up this inning. But if you can get base runners and get the top of the order here now and try and score some runs now, that's only going to help, man. Look at that guy in the stands. He looked like one of those little troll doll things. Look at Brian Abreu just casually throwing 97 right down the pipe. Man, oh man. All around Lacey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm even more sad. Man, oh man. Strike blitz, got to chip away and grab 2 here. Yeah, man. Phillies, they're running out of time. Oh! He hit a shot, Oppo, but Bregman was there. And he makes the catch, and there's the first out. Oh, they had stop, pinch hit. Oh, okay, I didn't even realize that. Goodness. I thought it was Vierling. So here's Brandon Marsh pinch hitting for Sosa. Yeah, I agree. You're down to your last 5 outs. 5 outs to go. Christopher Henry, man, how you doing? Stott finally putting the bat on the ball. Stott has been a black hole this postseason. He has just been that. I think he's killed some rallies for the Phillies. You know, it's so funny that this Phillies offense, after hitting all those home runs, 8 for their last 92. It's crazy. Crazy. Bryce Harper sitting in the dugout, wondering what the heck do we got to do to win this game. Lynn's Vortex, party tonight. William Fulgham. Robbie's big announcement is next season he's working for MLB Network. Dude, that would be a dream, man. That would be a dream. If I could ever work for MLB Network in like some kind of a cool role, that'd be awesome, man. What a dream come true that would be. Who else we got in here? Mr. Chicken. I don't understand why the Phillies think they need a new shortstop. Is that sarcasm? Is that... Because Stott... Here's the thing. I like Stott. I do. But here's the thing. You can move Stott. Segura he can be a free agent. Marsh lifts it out to right, but Tucker is there. And he's got it. 2 outs here, and the Phillies are down to their final 4 outs. The Astros are 4 outs away from winning it all. We got 150 people here in the chat. We're slowly but surely getting people trickling on in. Would be awesome if we can have a nice, big, juicy crowd here for the end of the game tonight, whatever happens. Whether that's a World Series champion or a Game 7 on the horizon. William Fulgham. He heard it here first. Swanson to the Phillies. You know, William, man, you have a knack for when you got a feeling about something, you tend to hit. I've noticed that about you, Mr. William Fulgham. I have noticed it. I'm just saying, I'm not gonna completely doubt it. It'd be interesting. Swanson and Harper, I believe they have a pretty good relationship. I could be wrong about that. I feel like I've seen that somewhere, though. I feel like Harper and Trey Turner also have a relationship. I feel like Harper's just friends with all these good players, you know? It's like, come on. But it would be interesting if Swanson went to the Phillies, staying in that division. Oh, man. That'd be rough, man, for when he would go back to Atlanta. You know? I mean, he helped to win a World Series. Man. But here we go. Abreu's just looking nasty. You can't do anything against Abreu. You cannot do anything against him. Abreu's just nasty. Dude, it's not just like how hard he throws. It's the life on the fastball. He reminds me of a young Jonathan Papelbon. That's what he reminds me of. What the heck is Schwarber doing? What the heck is he doing? What are you doing? Did Schwarber just try to bunt? Is he out of his mind? Did I just see that? Please confirm in the chat. Did I just see Schwarber try to bunt? What the heck was that? That might be one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. What? Who called for that? Who called for a bunt? Who made that decision? First off, why are you bunting with 2 strikes? Second of all, you're Kyle Schwarber. What the? I can't believe that. He just tried bunting. Andrew W. Schwarber said, I'm a head out. He just gave up. I don't know what he was thinking there. This is a guy the other night after getting no hit. He says, we don't give a bleep. I'm not going to say the actual line. This is a child-friendly show, family-friendly show. I'm not going to curse on this show. But here's a guy who just said, I don't give a bleep after getting no hit. And he's bunting? Trust me, I love Kyle Schwarber more than anyone. What he did for the Red Sox last year was absolutely amazing. But you're bunting? Oh. Kyle, please. Mr. Kyle Schwarber. Kyle, can I call you Kyle? Please. Go make yourself a sandwich. Have some milk. And go to sleep. You just tried bunting with 2 strikes. With 2 outs. And you're Kyle freaking Schwarber. I don't care if you're just trying to catch guys off guard. I don't know, man. That was one of the most stupid things I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe that. I think I'm saying this right. Josu Gasper. You wanted Houston, you got Houston. Well, the Yankees wanted Houston. I thought maybe the Yankees, they could put together some magic. Maybe they could do it. I should have gone with the Astros. I'll be honest with you. Before the postseason started, I know everyone's going to think, oh, you're just saying it now because it's, because they're about to win. Well, I did think about picking the Astros just to win the whole thing. But then I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to go with the crazy picks. I'm just going to go wackadoodle. I picked the Cardinals and the Blue Jays to make it here. Oh, boy, was I wrong. But the Astros, to me, if you were to look at the two number one seeds, the Astros and the Dodgers, I like the Astros way better than the Dodgers because of the starting pitching. The Dodgers starting pitching, I did not like. I had Dodger fans in my chat all the time say, Robbie, the Dodgers starting pitching is really good. Okay, yes, good in the regular season, right? But this Astros starting pitching has just been on another level. They had the best starting pitching all year, but I don't know, man. When you got Verlander, Valdez, Javier, to me, I like that way better than Kershaw, who I never even know is going to be able to pitch in the postseason. Urias, I think he's pretty solid. And, Tyler Anderson, who's not really battle-tested. He had a good year, but I like the Astros so much better than the Dodgers coming into this postseason. I had the Dodgers losing in the first round. I did not have the Dodgers making it out of the first round. I had them losing to the Mets in that first round. Ended up not being the Mets. Ended up being the Padres. But so be it. Who else we got in here? Jermaine Haynes blocked the bot. Yeah, I just noticed. Do we have any moderators in here? Any moderators? Come on now. Hey, William Fogg, I'm going to make you a moderator, my friend. William, you've been coming out to this channel for so long now. William Fulgham, you have now been promoted to a moderator, my friend. You're a loyal subscriber, one of our members. William Fulgham, you are now a moderator, my friend. Have at it. Have at it. Here's Alvarez. Christopher Henry is just subscribed. Christopher Henry, man, I appreciate you. Oh, in the chat, Christopher Henry, appreciate your knowledge, man. Subbed up. I appreciate you, my friend. I appreciate you. I don't know everything, but I give it my best. I give it my best. I'm glad you're here for the ride. Glad you're here for the ride. Goyo Falcon, to all the haters. What? Are you saying the Astros are your daddy? I think you meant to say Astros. Jansen Schrock, 3 more runs. I'm calling it. I mean, honestly, would you be surprised right now if the Astros has ended up putting on a couple more runs? Here's Robertson. Oh, what do you know? I'm sorry, I just completely missed it. Yordan Alvarez struck out against David Robertson? Hey, didn't I just say earlier maybe David Robertson should have been in that situation? Why? Because David Robertson has a curveball and he has a cutter. Alvarez has not done very well against those pitches this year. So why couldn't David Robertson go in against an Alvarez? Especially like a veteran guy like him too. I'd feel way more comfortable putting Robertson in than an Alvarado who's been serving up meatball sandwiches this postseason. I'm just saying. I don't know, man. Rob Thompson, what the heck we doing? Du Bois, 2023 predictions. I'm bad at predictions as it is. I can't predict anything for 2023. You don't know where these free agents are going to go. Man, I don't know. Could the Mets go further than they did this year? It's going to be a weird offseason for the Mets. I don't know. Maybe the Phillies can make it back to this point again. Why not? The Phillies are good. Add another couple guys. You still got Nola. I think they should exercise the club option on him. Try and get maybe a long-term deal done. You got Wheeler. Maybe add another starting pitcher. Could you add another bat? I think the Phillies could once again be very good next year. Absolutely. The Astros, I think, could still once again be very good. I'm going to say this. Look for Houston. They could add a first baseman this year. You got Yuli Gurriel. He's going to be a free agent. I think look out for Houston. Maybe try and add someone like a Josh Bell. Maybe like a Jose Abreu. There's Bregman just hacking up there. Bottom of the 8th, 3-2 count, 1 out. Astros are 3 outs away from a World Series championship. My goodness. Bregman shoots it to left. That's a base hit, and the Astros have another base runner. Bregman's chugging. He's going to second. Oh, what a hustle play from Bregman. Man. You got to love that, man. You got to love that hustle. Wow. That was bang, bang. You got to love that. In the bottom of the 8th, you got a 3-run lead. They're not letting up, man. He could have just stayed at first. Ooh. Yep, he's safe. Oh, I don't know. You got that finger. I mean, they got to challenge it at this point. I mean, at this point, you have to. Oh, I don't know. That might be... I feel like he could be out. He might be out. Just by the tip of his finger. Man. Jermaine Haynes, currently don't have access to TV. Well, I'm here for you, my friend. I'm here for you. Yeah, I think the Phillies, they got to challenge this. I mean, you're down to your last 3. Jansen, who do the Braves need to get a ring? I'll be honest with you. With the Braves, I feel like I love Max Fried. I do. I love Max Fried. I love what Strider did this year. Strider is a bit of a bummer that he got hurt at the end of the season. It was a bad move, I think, starting him in that series. I would not have done that. I would have had him come out of the bullpen. I think the Braves need a starting pitcher. I think they need someone to go along with Fried, with Wright. They need another guy, you know? So that's what I would want to do for the Braves. I love their team. I really thought the Braves, I mean, a lot of people thought the Braves could have been really good. I thought their starting pitching, I like Max Fried a lot. I do. It's just something, and he obviously did really well against the Astros last year, but I felt like this year, felt like they just lacked a little something in that rotation. That was just me. You know, especially this Phillies team with the bats that they had. I wonder if the Braves could have moved a little further if they hadn't played the Phillies. It's funny when you think about it. Did the Braves end up screwing themselves by winning the division? You know, could they have just won the wild card? And then you would have played the Padres. I think they could have beaten the Padres. Could that have been a different thing? Could if the Braves had played in the wild card round and then move on to play the Dodgers, which you got to love a Dodgers-Braves, you know, series. Got a rivalry there. I think they could have beaten the Dodgers. I think it could have ended up being, you know, who knows? Who knows if the Mets would have done differently against the Phillies? It's interesting. William Fogum, Braves get Rodon. I think Rodon would be really nice for the Braves. I think that'd be a big piece for him. So, oh, here we go. Oh, they overturned it. So he was out. Bregman was out. Yeah, it looked like the finger, you could see the finger touch, obviously, before the rest of his hand had hit. So I think that was a good call. Ordinary dude, Bregman has a broken finger. Well, if he broke his finger, at least they're they're pretty close to winning it. So I guess if they're good of time as any, if he did break his finger. I don't think he broke his finger. Did he break his finger? The toy collector, how you doing, my friend? I'm only rooting for the Astros because I like their stadium. I love how it is. I like how it has a train that goes around. I mean, it's pretty cool, man. Good concept. Good concept. Here we go. Kyle Tucker trying to add something here. Fouls it away. You'd like an insurance run if you could. You never know with this Phillies top of the order. They could start banging. There's a pop-up to center. Schwarber calls for it. He's got it. Schwarber makes up for one of the worst bunt decisions I've ever seen in my life. Man, oh man. And here we go. The Astros are down. Or no, sorry. The Phillies are down to the last 3 outs. And the Astros are 3 outs away from winning a World Series. Unbelievable. Hold on, everyone. Hold on, everyone. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to go grab my ginger ale. I've been dying for this. Hold on. Don't you move a muscle. Hold on 1 second. All right, everyone, we are back. And I have my ginger ale in hand. The ginger ale is in hand, everyone. I am quite excited. I haven't had a ginger ale in forever. Don't even at me. Ginger ale is the best soda out there. Don't even at me. Don't you do it. It's the best. Ginger ale, for my ginger self, is wonderful. I love ginger ale. Every time I go on a flight, I always get ginger ale. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Loved it since I was a kid. Also, you got to make sure. Zero sugar. You got to watch those calories. I'm trying to watch my figure over here. Just saying. What do we got in here? William Fulgham, Crown on the Rocks. I mean, hey, that sounds pretty decent too. Not too big of a liquor guy. Not too big. I like a little whiskey here and there. I like a little whiskey. But only at like weddings and stuff like that. I don't ever drink it. You know, I have a dark beer. You know, a little Guinness here and there. You know, one that I've actually liked, and for the younger viewers on the channel, please, this does not pertain to you, please. But Dragon's Milk, very good. Had that a little while ago, pretty solid. I mean, I'm not really much of like a beer connoisseur, but you know, I like having some different dark beers at breweries and whatnot. Brandon Lux, hyped for the World Baseball Classic. Absolutely. World Baseball Classic, man. I forgot that was coming back. That's going to be fun. ER 2005 FMC, congrats on finally getting a prediction right. I should have just went with the Astros in the beginning. I thought about just picking the Astros. Because to me, I just liked them. But I banked more on just craziness happening. I mean, we did have craziness. I just picked the wrong kind of crazy. We had the Phillies just go on this incredible run. We got 184 people in the chat. Everyone, if you can, hit that like button. It's going to help out with the algorithm. We got 52 likes, and we got 180 people. Come on, everyone. Come on, help me out. Hit that like button. It's going to help out with the algorithm on the YouTube land. And Presley is in. They just really goofed up that scoreboard. I don't know what. They said it was like 2 outs on the scoreboard. What are you doing? Fox, you gotta get it together. What is the count right now? Where's the scoreboard? I got so confused. I'm like, how is there 2 outs? It said 2 outs on there. I'm like, I could have sworn Rhys Hoskins was the guy up. Or the first guy up in the inning. There's no scoreboard right now. Fox is just having a moment. Hoskins fouls it away. I don't know what the count is. I don't know what's going on. I'm not looking at game day because I don't want to spoil anything because my feed is a little behind. But Presley is looking solid. He's leaving some stuff over the plate. Hoskins pops it up. Out to right. Kyle Tucker's there. And there's the first out. Here comes JT Realmuto trying to keep the Phillies alive. I said Astros in 6. And my goodness, my predictions have been so bad this postseason. Can I finally just get one right? Man, oh man. People in Houston are ready to explode. There is a girl on her phone right now. Please get off of your phone. There is a World Series in front of you that is very close to ending. Please drop your cellular device. Realmuto shoots it up the middle. There's a base hit. And the Phillies have some life. My goodness, that girl that was in the stands just looking at her phone. It's like, can you please just... It's like fine if like you're recording it or something, but like, come on. What are you doing? Here's Bryce Harper. Here's Bryce Harper. Top of the 9th, 1 out. Realmuto just got on base with a base hit. And Bryce Harper, who had been having an incredible postseason, is 0 for 3 tonight, looking to make something happen here. They're down to their last 2 outs. Presley, fastball down the middle. Harper pops it up. He has a look of disgust on his face. And Alvarez makes the catch. The Astros are 1 out away. My feed is behind everyone, so I am reacting a little later than all of you. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Everyone, the light goal for tonight is 200. The light goal for tonight is 200. We got 250 people. We got a goal of 200 for tonight. If you can hit it for me, that would be amazing, and I would love you forever. Here we go. Nick Castellanos is up. He's their last hope. 2 outs. Presley comes set. He pops it up. Tucker gives chase. And he has it. And the Astros have won the World Series. After the cheating scandal that rocked the world of Major League Baseball, the Astros have redeemed themselves and won their first World Series since the scandal. They are mobbing each other on the field. And like I have said all year, the Astros don't care what you think. And Dusty Baker comes out onto the field. And after over 30 years of managing, Dusty Baker has a World Series championship. He has finally gotten the monkey off his back, and Dusty Baker can now ride off into the sunset with a World Series ring. He couldn't get it done with the Giants. He couldn't get it done with the Cubs. He couldn't get it done with the Reds. He couldn't get it done with the Nationals. But after the cheating scandal, Dusty Baker came in, brought stability to this team, to this organization, to this city. In an absolutely amazing moment, Dusty Baker gets a World Series ring. I made a video before this World Series saying I wanted the Houston Astros to win it. I was tired of the cheating scandal. I was tired of all of it. I'm tired of hearing about it. And the only way the Astros were ever going to get the monkey off their back was to win the big one. And here they are. They did it. They proved they were the best team in Major League Baseball this year from start to finish. Maybe not record-wise, but this team was absolutely fantastic this year. The best starting pitching in all of Major League Baseball. Core guys that were still with this team for years. Younger players like Kyle Tucker, Jeremy Pena. Jeremy Pena with a huge, huge postseason. Clutch moments. Yordan Alvarez with easily the biggest postseason moment of his life. But give it up for Jeremy Pena. All the attention this year was on Julio Rodriguez, was on Adley Rutschman, was even on Steven Kwan at one point. He was my Rookie of the Year pick, but Jeremy Pena was an absolute stud in this postseason. He's going to be a star. Give it up for Pena, man. One of the most mature rookies I have ever seen. Just doing all of this on the big stage. And here's Jose Altuve. Easily one of the most hated players in Major League Baseball. But I think now these guys and Jose Altuve, they can just start to move on here. Obviously, what happened back in 2017, 28 or whatever, obviously it was not great. It was not good for the game. But I'm just going to let everyone know, I got over 300 people in this chat right now. Lots of teams were doing it. Lots of teams were doing it. And obviously, the Astros were the ones that got their hands caught in the cookie jar. Absolutely. But, you know, here they are. They did it. They did it. Hold on, everyone. I need to update the thumbnail on the stream. Just give me 1 second here. I'm staying with you. But I have a different thumbnail that I want to use. Okay, there we go. That is updated. I need to update the title. One second, everyone. I'm still with you. I'm still with you. Alrighty, everyone. Alrighty, we are good to go. Alrighty, everyone, if you can, hit that like button for me. We got 81 likes. We got over 300 people in the chat. If you can help us get to our goal of 200 tonight, that will be amazing. Alrighty, we're back, everyone. And here we go. Let's just do a bit of a post-game recap here. Just kind of looking at everything. Really, the key moment was the big inning. And I think the key moment of this game was taking out Zach Wheeler. I feel like leaving Zach Wheeler in that situation, I think that was better than bringing in Alvarado. Alvarado, I think, was a mistake to bring in. Sure, he had a little bit of success against Alvarez this series, but Alvarez, it just felt like he was just due at any moment in this series. And look what happened. You know, big time clutch shot. One of the biggest home runs in World Series history, in my opinion. But to me, I think taking out Wheeler was the mistake. If you were going to bring someone into this game, I don't think Alvarado was the guy. I understand the lefty-lefty matchup. Sure, it's a classic way of looking at things. It's always a tougher matchup just by default. Lefty on lefty, righty on righty. It's always going to be a better matchup. Except, I feel like for this one, I just wasn't feeling it. I feel like Robertson would have been the better guy to go to. Maybe Zach Eflin. I feel like Robertson would have been the better option against Alvarez. I just feel like Robertson, he's a guy that he can twirl some curveballs in there. He can throw some cutters in there. Alvarez has not done well against those pitches this year. I've mentioned that a few times on this stream. I think Robertson would have been the better option. That's just my opinion. I think he would have been a tougher look. I think he would have gone a little more off speed with Alvarez. I think he would have just kept him a little bit more off balance. I wouldn't have gone with a Dominguez because that's another guy who's just pouring in fastballs a lot. Unless you brought in Dominguez and he went a little more off speed. I just don't think Alvarado going just gas at Alvarado was against Alvarez was the best move. I didn't like that. I think Wheeler was the better option to stick in the game because he was only at like 70 pitches. And sure, he was having a tough inning there, but it's your ace. Try and let him work out of it. Try and let him push through. I can understand maybe wanting to pull him, trying to end some momentum while you still can. It felt like the Astros were starting to kind of pour it on a little. I don't want to say pour it on, but they were starting to really get some life there. So I think in a way, Rob Thompson thought, okay, we're going to bring in a new guy, try and ice them a little bit, give them, the time to warm up and everything. Because it felt like, we use the word momentum a lot. It felt like they were just getting momentum. You had the hit by pitch for Maldonado, and I felt like the energy started to shift in the game. That was the big one for me, I think. And then when you thought maybe the Phillies were going to get out of it, Jose Altuve with the ground ball, they had the double play chance. And then Jose Altuve beats it out. So the Astros still have their energy going, and in the end, it was what it was. You brought in Alvarado to face Alvarez. One of the biggest moments in postseason history, I think. That was a game-winning home run. Basically. That's going to go down as a top moment in World Series history. You got to give it up for him. And literally right before that happened, I was saying Alvarez needed a moment. He needed something. It just felt like this guy had not... The bat is there. The presence is there. We know what he can do. We just needed him to produce. And there was his chance. He knew as soon as he saw what he was looking for, that dude was going to hit a tank. And I think that was like 450 feet. We got to go look at that real quick. Hold on a second. We got to go look here. How far was that hit? I got to see the exit velocity. 112 miles an hour. I'm surprised. I thought that was hit a lot harder. That dude looked like he hit it like 150. That was an absolute laser. Man, oh man. 450 feet. Absolute bomb. Absolute bomb. I'm seeing some people in the chat saying cheaters. Listen, they just won a World Series. You can say what you want about the cheating. This Astros team was phenomenal. Amazing starting pitching. One of the most locked down bullpens, I think, in postseason history. There has to be a number here. Has to be. My goodness. Jansen Schrock, obviously great number right there. They went 11-2 in the playoffs. They were undefeated. Their only 2 losses came in the World Series. I'm going to say this right now. I remember after Game 3, the Phillies had the 2-1 series lead, and it felt like they were going to they were crowning the Phillies at that point. I'm sitting here, and I'm thinking, no. You should not be crowning this team just yet. This Astros team is too good. How do I know that? I've seen firsthand my Red Sox and Cardinals 2013. Cardinals had a 2-1 series lead. The Red Sox end up winning that series in 6. They won the next 3. You can quote me. You can find this in a prior stream. I said, I think the Astros, if they win tomorrow, they can go on to win. They can just win out the series. And the Astros, if you go back here, so obviously the Phillies had the 3-1 series lead. Or I keep saying 3-1. 2-1 series lead. And then the Astros throw a no-hitter in Game 4. Come on. If you want to take back momentum in the best possible way, that's how you do it. Right there. I said, I'm going to have to go find it. I'm going to have to go dig it up. But I said somewhere, if the Astros win tomorrow, I think they could win the rest. They could just win out. Because that's how, when this team got their mojo, you know, and you come back like the way you did with a no-hitter on the road. I mean, to me, this Astros team was not just impressive, but they were just resilient. What a resilient team this was. Absolutely fantastic. What else there to say? This team, and listen, rightfully so, they obviously did not do a good thing with the whole scandal. And like I've said, sure, other teams were involved. The Astros definitely took it, I think, a step further. I think most people would agree. You're banging on trash cans, you're whistling. There was not a good environment going on. And I think they'll say themselves, and they have said themselves, you know, they just took it a little far. But we got to be honest here. We got to be real. Other teams were doing a lot of things. My Red Sox were doing something. You were using the Apple Watches. The Yankees were up to stuff. There was even talk, you know, the Dodgers doing stuff. I think there was even something about the Royals or something doing stuff. There was some kind of nonsense going on with a lot of teams. So yeah, the Astros, sure. Yes, they were up to some nonsense. And then you had the whole buzzer thing with Jose Altuve. That was never confirmed. I don't know. That was weird when it happened. I have no idea what ended up happening. Oh, look, it's Rob Manfred. Gotta love this. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and, you know, talk about this cheating scandal anymore. I'm done with it. I'm over it. I'm just over it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm just, I don't know. I've been done with it. I've been over it. I have wanted this whole scandal to just go away. Like, I'm so, like, tired of talking about it. It's just old news. And they only had, like, 4 players on this team the entire time, or for, since then. 4 players on this team. You know, they got so many new players. It's a new environment now. You know, sure, yes, you got Jose Altuve. You got some other guys here as well. Pregame, obviously. But this was just such an impressive team from start to finish. Such an impressive team. It was a great team all year. You know, and you got to remember here with the Astros. Remember when they went to Yankee Stadium, right? In the season. The Yankees were hot. And the Astros ended up winning that series. You had the Judge walk-off in that series. But I think a lot of people wanted to pick against the Astros because there is a bit of fatigue. And fatigue is a thing. You know, it really is. Because when you have just a team that is just constantly successful, you just want that team to fall. Or you just think they're going to fall at some point. But the Astros, to me, this has been, you know, sure, talk about, you know, the cheating and whatever. But what an impressive organization this has been. 2017, they obviously won the World Series. They went to the ALCS in 2018. They went back to the World Series in 2019. 2020, call it what you want, the Mickey Mouse Cup, whatever it is. But they were 1 win away from a World Series. They were right there. Then obviously last year, 2021, making it to the World Series. They had some injuries last year. The depth on the Astros was not as good. One thing I will say with the Astros this year, they had good health on this team. It felt like they weren't really getting a lot of injuries. Sure, they had, you know, some stuff come up. You had Lance McCullers Jr. obviously making his way back. Verlander, you know, some whatever going on with the shoulder there at the end of the year. So they definitely had their bumps and bruises, but in the end, you were pretty much at full strength in this World Series. I'm just saying, you know, when you got a team that's just fully healthy and they're just playing the way they're playing and you're getting the starting pitching, you know, starting pitching is, I mean, you all know, it's huge. It's huge in the postseason. And that's why the Phillies got so far, because you have 2 top dogs, Aaron Nola. What the heck did I just do? Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler. When those guys are at their best and they're going, you know, back-to-back games, that's hard. That's hard to beat. But here's the thing with the Astros is they had that and more. You had Verlander and Valdez. Verlander came up big when he needed to. Valdez was absolutely nasty. Did did Pena get the World Series MVP? I think Pena got the World Series MVP. Wow, I think he got the NLCS MVP too. Yeah. Wow. How about that? How about that? The forgotten rookie. Everyone forgot about Jeremy Pena because of Julio Rodriguez. But I think Jeremy Pena likes this a lot better. He won't win Rookie of the Year, but he's going to like this one a lot better. ALCS MVP, World Series MVP. Man, oh man. He's 25 years old. 25 years old, winning the MVP in back-to-back series. That's incredible. Incredible. Mr. Chicken, his 2024 prediction, Astros and the Marlins. That'd be a pretty fun World Series. Gage Barnes, you're looking at a dynasty. Let's talk dynasty. You want to talk dynasty? I mean, this is kind of right there. They've been to the ALCS since 2017. Every year they've made it. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. They've made it to 6 straight American League championships. You won in 2017 in the World Series. You were 1 win away in 2019. You were 2 games away last year. Honestly, it's always going to have the asterisk on it, but whatever. A lot of teams were up to nonsense when they were up to their nonsense. Sure, the Astros took it a little far, but in the end, the Astros have just been so good for so long. I mean, it's been amazing for them. Like, what else can you say? This is a dynasty. I think, and I don't think a lot of people are going to agree with me because they had the whole cheating thing. Whatever. Since then, whatever. Let's say after 2019. Let's say in the 2020s. They almost made it to the World Series in 2020. Back-to-back World Series the last couple of years. Losing it last year, winning it this year. I don't know. Those few years alone sound like a dynasty if you ask me. I'm just saying. 2019, you were in the World Series. Let's say you can count 2019. I don't know. But I don't know, man. This is one of the most impressive organizations I've seen in my years of watching baseball. You know, I'm not Gandalf the Grey or Dumbledore over here. I've been watching baseball now for the last 20, 25 years. But out of all the teams I've seen that have had the most consistent success, it was the Yankees in the late 90s and 2000. You haven't had a team like this or an organization like this get to so many. I mean, obviously the Giants too. I mean, you've had those Giants teams. But to do it every single year, the Giants, they were always, they won on even years. The Astros are just good every year. Exton Stone with a $20 super chat bomb. Congrats to the Astros. Welcome to the elite club of the 21st century teams. You are now on the map. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the Astros, they needed this championship. They needed this. They had to win this. If they wanted to forever just bury all of that, I mean, it will never go away. It'll always be there. But if they wanted to show that they were a good team, a good organization, they needed to win without that nonsense. They had to, or they were never going to get away from it. Now they can get away from it. Let's talk about the Phillies. You know what? Before I get to the Phillies, Trey Mancini, man. Hey, had the hit tonight. What a moment, man. What a moment. It almost felt like because he did a little bit of a celebration when he got to first base. He had been slumping. He hadn't really been doing anything. I don't think he even had a hit in this postseason. I might be wrong on that. If he did have a hit, it was only like 1 or 2. But that's awesome. That's awesome. Mancini obviously going through the cancer, going through everything that he went through, playing in a World Series, getting a hit in a World Series. Man, good for him. He seemed, based off of just seeing him in interviews and whatever else, he just seems like an awesome dude, man. And everything he went through, that's cool. Good for him, man. I'm so happy for him. So happy for him. And I'm glad he got this opportunity. Mancini, hey, in the end, he helped out this Astros team enough down the stretch. He brought some depth to this team. Ended up helping him out. Obviously, he wasn't an impact in this World Series, but hey, I'm just happy for the guy. There's Dusty Baker giving Alex Rodriguez a big hug. I think David Ortiz gave him one too. So happy for Dusty, man. Dude, listen, everyone. In 2003, when the Red Sox were there with the Yankees and you had the Cubs and the Marlins, that was just like, I know, obviously the Bartman play was not what did the Cubs in. You had the double play botch from I think it was Gonzalez, if I'm remembering that correctly. Was it Gonzalez? I feel like is that the guy? Wow, I'm going really blank on it. Hold on. Cubs, 2003. Was it Gonzalez? Was it Alex Gonzalez? No, that was what was his first name? Yeah, it was Alex Gonzalez. Okay. I was about to go nuts. Obviously, the botched double play, that was huge. Maybe leaving Mark Pryor in a little long. That's on Dusty. But that was painful, man. Just seeing that Cubs team just melt down the way they did. And then they lost Game 7 as well. I remember Kerry Wood had the home run in Game 7. He was pitching that game too. You had that. And then he ended up going on to the Cincinnati Reds later on. Obviously, with those Giants teams in 2002. I do the Believe in Red Sox podcast with Ellis Burks. Right, and he was managed by Dusty Baker. He says he loves Dusty Baker, and he's, I guess, a stand-up guy. It was like kind of like having your dad, right? Having your dad in the clubhouse. Always a player's coach, just a very classy guy. And but losing in 2002, that Angels team just completely rallied in Game 6 and then won it in Game 7. The rally monkey. The Cincinnati Reds, so many good seasons with them, just couldn't get it done. The Nationals, you had some seasons there, couldn't get it done. And it's funny. It's funny where he ended up winning was the team that just went through so much turmoil, just so much, just such a scandal the way they did, just crazy. And that's where he ends up winning it. It's almost kind of storybook in a way. It's pretty cool to see, right? This guy who's just been just a player manager his entire life. Players love playing for him. And ended up just being the perfect fit. Going to the Astros, bringing stability back to this organization, keeping these players in, I don't want to say in line. That's not what I'm trying to say. Keeping these players focused, keeping them focused on the game, right? You remember all those press conferences at spring training, right? Remember Jose Altuve and Bregman were sitting there, and they're like just slumped in their chairs, and it's like they don't even know what to say. But Dusty Baker came in and said, "Listen, all these people out here, don't listen to the noise. We're gonna go out here and play some baseball. Yeah, we're gonna hear a lot of noise, but we're gonna go out here." And we're just going to play our game. So Dusty Baker did, man. It ended up being I'm glad that he did win here, right? Because a lot of these guys, they went through what they went through. But you also got to remember, I've said this a few times now, other teams are doing stuff too. They did it the worst, arguably. But he came in and just changed the environment. He changed the culture. He just brought in just a good presence to this organization, It'll be interesting to see what happens with Dusty Baker after this year. Can he retire? I feel like no. I feel like he'll end up maybe just going another season, Whatever he ends up doing, either way, it's in a way like I don't want to say to a guy to retire. If he doesn't want to retire, then don't retire. But I would almost love for him to retire now, just so you can ride off into the sunset. Opening day when you have your home opener next year, you can have your ceremony. And then, if Dusty Baker's not your manager at the time, you can still, obviously, he will be there for the ceremony. In a way, I almost kind of just hope he is the manager for next year. If he wants to be. That's going to be the big thing. That's going to be huge. There's Justin Verlander. Hey, coming out. Big start the other night. He needed that. He kept things simple. He wasn't all over the place with the fastball. He just had a plan and he stuck to it. Kept the fastballs high. Kept the sliders low and away against righties. Down and in on lefties. Hey, Verlander coming through, man, when he needed to. Coming through. Let's talk about the Phillies. Here. Now, the Phillies, this is a good team. You got a lot of young players. I mean, if we're looking at the Phillies here, I know Phillies fans, this might hurt, but let's be real here. No one had you getting to this point. No one did. I'm sure a lot of Phillies fans, when they filled out their brackets, they definitely, some of them had the Phillies getting to that point. But realistically, not a lot of people were picking them. But obviously, this team, when we're looking at the payroll for the next couple of years, obviously, Harper's there for the long haul. You still got Wheeler for a couple more. Real Muto still there. Nick Castellanos, almost kind of fitting that he was the last out. A very disappointing year for Nick Castellanos. Very disappointing year. You still got Schwarber for a couple more. Nola will be back. I don't see why they would turn down that club option. Hopefully, they can get a new contract worked out. Gene Segura. It's very interesting. I think they could decline that option, and then they could go after a shortstop. You could have Stott move to second base. That is something there, and then you can add another guy. Could you do a Carlos Correa? Could you do a Dansby Swanson? Could you do Trey Turner? Could you do Xander Bogaerts? Xander Bogaerts, Dave Dombrowski. They have that connection. It will be interesting. But, this team is still in pretty good shape. Sure, I think they could add another starter. I think someone like a Carlos Rodon would be huge for this team. We got some other starting pitchers out there. I don't think you're going to see Jacob deGrom. I don't think that's going to happen. That'd be insane if they did that. But, hey, Dave Dombrowski, he's going to go out there and he's going to make moves. I think the Phillies, yeah, sure. This is a bummer. I think in the end, Rob Thompson, he just made a couple of moves that I think didn't work. And then you got no hit the other night. It's like, what are you going to do? Your bats just didn't show up that night. It almost just felt like the Phillies, I don't know, just something happened. After they hit all those home runs, I'm not really a big guy I'm not really someone that gets incredibly excited over a team that hits like a million home runs. I was okay. Obviously, it was exciting, but I want to see more consistent offense. I want to see guys hitting, getting on base. Sure, home runs are fun and all, but I like when you're, manufacturing those runs. I like when you're, producing those runs. You're not just focusing on the home run, because that happened to the Yankees, and it felt like the Phillies, I don't know, just something happened after they hit all these homers, man. It almost just felt like they just got, I don't know, and give credit to the Astros too. They made the adjustments when they needed to. All those home runs could have ended up being the worst thing. It felt like the Phillies, maybe they were figuring something out with all those tipping of the pitches. And it seemed like the Astros, maybe they had a bit of a powwow and they said, all right, we got to hide these pitches a little bit more. Maybe that ended up being a big thing. I don't know, man. The Phillies, they played a good series. It was a good series early on. They took game 1 in Houston. That was huge. Real Muto with the bomb there at the end. Dropping game 2, but then winning your home opener. Exciting. But it just felt like this Phillies team, they just ran out of gas. It just felt like they were just full throttle at the beginning. They were going after it. But the Astros just cruised along, man. Almost felt like the tortoise and the hare, right? The Phillies were trying to just run out to a hot start. But the Astros just kept to their game. And they ended up winning it. Let's see what's going on in the chat. How are we doing, everyone? Actually, before I do read the chat, everyone, stay with me. I have a couple of announcements here. I do have a couple of announcements. I hope you stay tuned with me. With the channel. Actually, hold on one second. Hold on a second. I gotta get these uploaded real quick. Have a couple of announcements. Stay tuned. Hold on just 1 second with me, everyone. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Eric Larson has just subscribed. Hey, if anyone else, while I'm just getting this together really quick to make this announcement, everyone, if you can, hold on a second. Hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that like button for me. Hit the bell button. And share the stream. Share the stream. The like button, it's going to help with the algorithm, everyone. It'll put us near the top of any searches. And, hey, get some more people on in here. But, alrighty. Hold on, everyone. I am just getting this ready here. Hold on a second. Okay. So I have a couple of announcements to make. Alrighty. There's that. And here is this. I knew I forgot to do something. And of course, it was this. Alrighty. So, everyone, we've been around now for a couple of years. You know, we've been around now for, it's almost the 3-year mark. December 10th, 2019 is when I first started this channel. 27,000 subscribers later. This has been a really fun ride. It's been awesome. I've really enjoyed doing this. I love doing this. This has been a dream for me. I never thought I would ever get to this point, ever. We still got a long way to go. I'm by no means slowing anything down. I'm excited for the future. And I really want this channel to go somewhere. If you don't know what I do, I'm a teacher full-time. I teach 4th grade this year. But one day I would love for this to be my full-time thing. Obviously, you know, it would have to, you know, help pay the bills. That's a big thing. But I would love for this to be my full-time thing. So over the last couple of years, we've grown. We've gained a couple of sponsors. SeatGeek, Prize Picks, those have been great sponsors. But we have added another partner to the channel. They reached out to me a couple of months ago. It took a little time. There was a bit of a holdup with just communication and whatnot, but had another company reach out to me, and yeah, they wanted to be a sponsor for the channel. And I am proud to announce here that our new sponsor, I do have one more announcement, so stay tuned, but our new sponsor of the channel is, drum roll please, is Manscaped. Manscaped is our new sponsor for the channel. You can use my code HYDE. Now, with Manscaped, I do have to, for the next month, we have to get at least 8 people to use the code for it to be to stay long term. So if you are interested in grabbing anything from Manscaped, go check it out. This isn't like the first promotional thing that I'm going to be doing, but absolutely, they got a lot of great products on there. I've used some of their products before. They're actually sending me some stuff right now to be able to try out for myself, but I have used some products of theirs before, and they do really good stuff. Trust me, I'm a man over here with a beard. I am all about keeping myself nice and tidy. I'm all about keeping myself groomed. And I will say they have good stuff. I would not accept a sponsor on this channel if I didn't like it, right? Sure, yeah, it can definitely help pay some bills, but I would not get a sponsor if I didn't like what they do. So that's our newest sponsor of the channel. I'll talk more about them in future streams and videos, but we do have one more. Now, if you all know, with me, myself and Ellis Burks, we host the Believe in Red Sox podcast. That's been an absolute honor to do. Hold on one second here. That's been a complete honor to do something like that alongside a former major league player, especially a good one like Ellis Burks, it's been amazing doing that. But the Believe in Red Sox podcast, that has been fantastic. Very, very honored to do that. However, nothing is going to change on this channel, right? But what will be happening is the Robbie Hyde show, which is pretty much most of the streams that I do. I say most. Other times I don't really count them as the Robbie Hyde show, but the Robbie Hyde show, which usually is all of my off-season streams, they will now be available through podcast. And that is because that will now be a show on the Believe in Podcast Network. So now any streams that I do will be available through Spotify, through Apple, through Google, through Stitcher, and they will be hosted by the Believe in Podcast Network. So yeah, that's it. That is it. But so obviously there's nothing different on the channel. I'm just having my show also available through podcasts. So if it's easier for some of you to, check out the podcast instead, it's going to be the same thing. You can listen to it here on YouTube, or if it's easier for any of you, you could just pull it up on Spotify, Google, Stitcher, Apple, whatever it may be. But that will be a show now on the Believe in Podcast Network. So we have the Believe in Red Sox podcast with myself and Ellis, and the Robbie Hyde show will be moving to the Believe in Podcast Network. It's going to be one of the main baseball channels on their network. I'm honored for it. I'm excited for it. And it's cool. It's cool. I'm trying to help this podcast network grow. They're doing a lot of good stuff, and I'm appreciative of the opportunity. So, everyone, those are my announcements for tonight. Those are my announcements. And but overall, when it comes to this season, it's been a fun season. It's fun. Now, my Red Sox were not great this year. In the end, it is what it is. It gives me an opportunity to focus more on other teams. And what a postseason we had. What a fun World Series this was. In the end, the Astros winning it like I thought they would. I picked them to win it in 6 games. And here they are winning it in 6 games. Obviously, my postseason picks were absolutely horrendous. But I went for crazy. And the Phillies, in the end, they proved that there was craziness to be had. And you had a fun season. It was fun. Obviously, you came up short. But now you can start looking towards next year. Because this Phillies team can absolutely do something next year. They can. The Astros, I still think they can be easily one of the top dogs in the American League. Easily one of the top dogs in all of Major League Baseball. They're going to have an interesting offseason. If we're looking at the Phillies here, the Astros, taking a look here at Houston, Verlander has the player option. Will he exercise that? We'll have to wait and see. I don't see why not. 2-year, $50 million. I don't know. Is he going to get over 25 on the open market? I don't know. Other than that, you got Will Smith on the club option. Will they exercise that? Trey Mancini most likely will become a free agent. But other than that, the Astros are still in good shape. I think the Astros can absolutely go out there. Maybe they could add another bat. It feels like that's something for the Astros that they probably should do. First base definitely is something to look at. I think they either go get Jose Abreu. They could get Josh Bell. One of those guys I think will end up in Houston. But yeah, this team is still in really good shape. You got young starting pitching. What happens with Justin Verlander? That's going to be a big if. So I think Verlander could absolutely exercise that option. Bullpen still looks really good. Still got some young arms there. Astros are still set up very well for next year. They could once again be back in this spot next year. Yeah. Overall, it's been a really fun season, everyone. Another great season. What else is there to say? It's been awesome spending it with all of you. It's been a great ride. The last few years have just been an awesome ride. I'm extremely thankful for it. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to sit here and just talk with all of you. And I mean that. I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that. It has been an absolute honor that all of you actually just watch my dope self sitting at my desk. I'm nothing special by any means. I'm just a teacher that works day to day, and I come home at night and I talk some baseball. So for you guys to give me the chance to talk baseball with you, even though sometimes I don't know what the heck I'm talking about sometimes, but I appreciate that you give me the opportunity to talk with all of you at home. And yeah, means a lot to me. Means a lot. But just because the season's over does not mean we're slowing down at all. We got the off season starting tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm excited for this off season. It's going to be fun, just like any off season. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for it. I'm excited to see what my Red Sox do. I'm excited to see what improvements they can make. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I will be having my free agent predictions coming out sometime in the next couple of days. Not exactly sure when. But tomorrow, I will be releasing my top 50 free agents. Top 50 free agents. And those are not predictions. These are just my rankings for top free agents. So be on the lookout for that. I would like to upload that tomorrow night. So I know baseball season's over, but don't you go anywhere. There's nowhere to go. We got off season to talk about, my friends. So look out for that tomorrow. And yeah, free agent predictions. I would like for that maybe to be Monday night. If I can, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it done by then. We'll see. But either way, we got content coming. We got news to talk about. We got rumors to talk about. We got all of it to talk about. And my dope self is going to give you all the news, give you all the rumors. And I hope you join me for the ride. Everyone, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you all stopping by. We got to around almost 400 people tonight. But I hope all of you continue to be with me during the off season. Everyone, one more time on the way out, hit that like button for me. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. We're trying to get to 30K by the end of the year. Hit the share button. Hit the bell button. That way you know I go live every single time. Everyone, thank you again. I appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by all season with me. But we're not stopping. We got the off season starting tomorrow. Everyone, have yourself a great night. And as always, I'll talk to you next time.